Hello and welcome to vlog number 108. They're getting on. They're going to just keep going up. Anyway, here I am again in my sunny garden. We haven't had an awful lot of rain this month at all. We are in drought territory, though we don't have a hose pipe ban at the moment. More on that very shortly. But yeah, you'll hear a few background noises because we're outdoors. Most notably, you might hear a few squeaks from the filter pump. That's going to be replaced next year, but as it stands, that thing, I'll get onto that in a moment. Anyway, first of all, something I bought for my record player, which I got for Christmas. I bought a USB to 5-volt barrel jack power supply lead. So now I can plug my record player into my Anker power brick and basically run it off battery. So yeah, that was one thing I tested out and works quite well. Actually, it works very well. So yeah, slightly more portability because I can put the cable inside the case of the record player, where you can't do that with the power supply that's supplied because it's too big. Yeah, right, the pool. Right, you can hear that squeaking. I've taken that apart several times to try and stop the squeaking. It's not as bad as it was. I do need a bigger pump. And I'm going to get one next year because at the moment, yeah, the pump I wanted is, if you order it now, we can deliver it in February. So, and pumps have just gone basically out of stock. I wonder why. Yeah, so I'm going to buy one of them early next year, ready for next summer. Getting a few other things for next summer as well. But yeah, it started to go a bit green. Now, because of the water shortage, the drought, I didn't want to completely redrain it, which is what I've done for the last couple of years. I found out why it was going green, and that is stabiliser. I've been using stabilised chlorine granules, and while it's good for the short term, it's not good for the long term because the cyanuric acid builds up. It doesn't degrade like the chlorine it's stabilising. It just builds up and builds up and builds up and stops the chlorine working. So no matter how much more chlorine you were going to put in there now, it's not going to work. Well, I did a partial redrain to dilute the stabiliser, about a bathtub or two full, and it was sort of working. But then last Thursday, I just basically lost it, and I threw half of this into the pool. Next morning, I get up and it's clear, and now it's crystal again. So yeah, my plan now for next year, for this year, I'll just be using that. And I've also got some shock chlorine. Now I'm looking at the doses on the back. I'm not sure if you can see them there. But yeah, a routine dose is 3 grams. Doesn't tell you how often you do it, but that's 15 grams, 3 grams per 1,000 litres. So that's 15 grams for my pool, which is a tiny amount really. I've measured it out and it's a tiny amount. Yeah, 15 grams of that. That'll be next year. I'll be using the liquid stuff up first. But yeah, I was getting all sorts and I was getting really frustrated with it and managed to get it going again just in time for the next heat wave. But yeah, I'm trying not to use too much water. As I say, I've used about 1 or 2 bathtub fulls. But I've been taking showers, not bath. I normally bath every 2 days, but I've been taking showers instead, so I'm saving water that way. So yeah, I'm sacrificing for it. Okay, now the Kickstarter I backed from Jason Bradbury, Control AI Delete, which I've got the t-shirt and a hat for, and a mug. They had the premiere at the beginning of this month, August the 1st, and at the same time the premiere started, they released the video for a download or a watch for Kickstarter backers. And they've also released the soundtrack since. So yeah, I've watched that. I actually watched it. And yeah, it's good. It's a good film. It'll be off for general release sometime later this year. At the moment, it's just for Kickstarter backers. And yeah, we've had some conversations about basically altering the credits. I wasn't involved, but mine was in there. Because as it stands in the initial download, they were not in alphabetical order. They were all over the place. And some people were missing. Well, that's been corrected now for the Blu-ray release. And it's also been uploaded for download if you want it. So yeah, that's a good one. It released basically on time. A Kickstarter that released on time. Go figure. Yeah, when it comes out, if you're not a backer, well worth watching. Well, it starts off slow. It's not. It is a comedy, but it does have some dark moments and it does have some serious moments. So it's good. And of course, you've got good music in there as well. Most of it is actually done by Jason himself. You've also got the Utah Saints done a track, and there's somebody I've never heard of as well. But yeah, it's good. It's worth it. It's well worth it. Anyway, what have we got? I've been Funko Popped. Yes, me and my wife, we have been Funko Popped. Got it for my offspring got this for our anniversary. I'll have this for the thumbnail, but yeah, there we go. We've been Funko Popped. There we are. That's going in a safe place. I doubt if we'll ever take them out. They're going to be nice display things. But yeah, I like that. I got to be honest. That was a nice surprise for our anniversary. 37 years. 37 years we've been married. Still going strong. There we go. Have that one. There are still a few of us left. You know, there are still quite a few people I know who are still married after this time, so, but we are blessed. Not blessed by a deity, just blessed. Yeah, something else I did was I cleaned the keyboard. My keyboard was getting gunky as hell, and I was getting fed up with it. So basically, in a few steps, I pulled it all apart, brushed it down, gave it a good blowout with the cleaner. I'm not going to say the other one, the giggity one. You can infer that one. So yeah, that's been cleaned out, and of course, while I was taking it out of the keys out of the water, I dropped a few and lost a few and found a few, and the last one to go was the iKey, which had actually fallen by the sink. I was looking all by the desk. I thought it had fallen by the desk, but no, it's fallen by the sink. Now I got a clean keyboard again. Yay! It's fairly simple to clean that keyboard, to be honest. Just a bit tedious because of, you know, over 100 keys. But yeah, all the keys come out quite easily and go back in really easily. So yeah, nice easy job. I wish I could actually keep my area clean. We are utterly plagued with dust, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? We're living on reclaimed marshfield, basically. Marshland, get the words correct. Okay, what's next? Done another blood donation. So that's my fourth. Lanarkshire Leisure Centre, this one. I went in there. It's so straightforward now. It's so straightforward. Just go through, answer all the questions. Have you done this and that? And it's about 350 million questions to answer. You just say no to most of them. Watch out, because there's a couple you need to say yes to. So you just got going no straight through. Make sure you read the questions. But yeah, it's that's my fourth. And on that day, I started at 2:30 in the morning, so I've been up since 1 o'clock because I took the car. I got back in, went to bed, got up, went shopping. No, I didn't go shopping that day. No, I didn't. Did a bit of pottering around, sorted out the pool. I was before it was completely green. But it was Thursday night that I did that. Got the blood done. I was planning on streaming that night, and I couldn't. I had to stream the next night. I was just too I even set the Commodore 64 up, but I was just too shattered. But yeah, blood donation on top of an early morning, even with some extra sleep, which wasn't really an awful lot of extra sleep. Don't plan anything afterwards. We're going through this quite fast, actually. There's only 2 more things on my list. Okay, the first one's a very short one. It's just something I realise. Influencer. Now, I am not an influencer. I'm just me. I'm not trying to influence anybody. I don't want anybody else to be like me. I'm a weird bugger. But yeah, if you take the last 3 letters off influencer and put ZA there, you've got influenza. Influenza. Is there a link? And now I have a question, or a series of questions from Delboy3K1. So, what have we got? Yes, it's quite a short one today, isn't it? I mean, we just hitting 10-minute mark now. But yeah, these questions might take a few minutes, mind. Okay, is questions. Just wondering your thoughts on the cinema. Do you go a lot? Do prices put you off? Types of films you like? State of films on social media, on physical media. And a question for technical manuals. What's your favourite old school manual given with a computer? And the best magazine you bought in the day with type-ins. Okay, my thoughts on the cinema. I don't want it to go away. I like going to the cinema occasionally, not very often at all. We used to go to the View, but before I got the car. There's nowhere to park in town, city centre, so we don't go to the View anymore. When we do go, we go to the Odeon down Cardiff Bay. Rarely, I don't get much in there. We usually cheat and take our own food. I'm quite happy to pay the cost of the movie itself. I'm quite happy to pay that. But we only go occasionally because there's 6 of us. It gets expensive. But we usually take our own food in the backpack. We cheat. Nobody ever checks it. Maybe they'll get nachos or something like that. But the food in cinemas is a rip-off. And that's, to be fair, that is where they make most of their money. But it's a rip-off, complete. So yeah, I do like to go to the cinema. Just, it's occasional. My thoughts, where else? Do you go a lot? Not a lot, no. Prices, as I said, prices, no. And what films? I tend to like science fiction films, comedy films. Well, I think what was the last one we went to see? Incredibles 2, I think. Yeah, it's been a while. I think, we went last year. Fantastic Four. We went to see Fantastic Four last year. That was the one. Or was it earlier this year? I don't know. I don't go a lot. But yeah, Fantastic Four. That was a good film. But yeah, but that's my sort of film. I like the comedies, the science fictions, the fun animation type things. We've also seen things like the live action Lilo and Stitch. That's actually a good conversion. But why are they doing it? I mean, I want to see something original. But the trouble is, again, with cinema, when they try and do something original, it flops. Let's take Elio, for example. That looks like a good film. Not that I've seen it. Not that I'm likely to see it, because it's time more than anything else. But it completely flopped. As somebody doing something original. Nobody wants to see anything original anymore. Nobody has time to see anything. That's my thing. Time to see anything original. It's all rehashed stuff. So yeah, I got opinions there. That I'd like to see more original stuff. Personally, it's a time thing, as I say, but I would like to see more original stuff out there rather than just rehashes of everything. But I think we've been there before. And physical media, I still buy physical media. I've got a few DVDs and Blu-rays I got recently, and I've just said I got the Blu-ray coming for that's Control AI Delete. So yeah, I do. And I mean, recently I bought the Tron trilogy on Blu-ray. So I still haven't watched Tron Ares, mind. But I bought the Tron trilogy on Blu-ray. Because I bought a little, because of it, Control AI Delete, I bought an external Blu-ray player. And tested that out, and that works fine. That's set up now. So I can just do Blu-rays whenever I like. And of course, with the computer, I got 5.1 sound set up. It sounds pretty bloody awesome, I gotta be honest, as I pointed out in an earlier vlog when I did get the Blu-ray player. But yes, so physical media I'm all in favour of. And to be perfectly honest, I'd rather have physical media there, even if I'm not watching it, because you can't take away physical media. It's yours for life, or until it rots. And a question on technical manuals. A favourite old school manual given with a computer, that's going to be the Commodore 64. I also bought the Commodore 64 Programmer's Reference Guide, which was an absolute bible for that computer. Yeah, Commodore 64 easily. The Amigas basically was just a run through, but the Commodore 64 had everything in there. Everything you needed to do to get up and running programming the Commodore 64, even at a simple level. You could do it. All your peaks and pokes, your memory locations, your important things, was all in that manual. Yeah, try finding anything like that these days. Not that you can peek or poke anything these days on modern computers because of memory management and random address space randomization, but there we have it. Okay, and every device has a driver you got to go through the API for. So yeah, it's a completely different world these days. Best magazine you bought back in the day with type-ins. Two of them back in the day. And you'd be surprised to hear it wasn't anything like Zap 64 or things like that, specific magazines. It was the generic magazines. Computer and video games and Your Computer were my two go-tos for type-ins. And I have typed in quite a few from them, including what I thought was called UFO Mission for the VIC-20, which I found out is called City Crusher or Flying Saucer Attack. And I'm going to say this now, a normal search was turning up nothing. I eventually found it after a long conversation with duck.ai. But yeah, the thing is with a normal search, which I prefer to use, is they're getting worse. They're getting worse. But I mean, I don't use AI a lot, and when I do, as I say, duck.ai, which is completely anonymous, you can delete everything, it doesn't hold anything. I do use it as a search engine, a conversational search engine, I call it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I just say, bollocks, and close the bloody window, close the tab. But no, it can have its uses. As I say, AI is a tool. I don't like it for creation, but for assistance, as long as you're in control, yeah, don't let it tell you what to do, that sort of thing. I hate that sort of thing. On that subject, Google about a retiring assistant and replacing it with Gemini. Well, I've just hopefully disabled the bloody lot, so you can't do a Hey Google on my phone anymore. Sod that. I don't need an assistant to run my life. I do my own. I'm fiercely independent that way. So there we are. That's my questions answered for Dell. So now we're on to the shout outs to the people who have commented on my videos in the 3 weeks since my last vlog. These are Dark Side of Video, Robert Retro Gaming, Mark Blaster, Lucas Rainford, Anthony J. Friend, Xavier 3253, 889 Brian, Ox, Novabug, and Delroy 3K1. So there we go. So that's my vlog for this one. Next vlog now will be, let me think, 10. Yeah. It's the 10th, isn't it? Yeah, my next vlog is actually still going to be in August. It'll still be summer. And hopefully we'll have another dry day so I can do it out here. But then, until my next vlog, have a good 3 weeks. Take care. Take care with the heat. And enjoy yourselves. Ta-ra for now.